Courchevel, Saint-Trentais, France. The snow is 5 feet deep outside the 53 rooms of L'Apogee Courchevel, one of the newest and most beautiful hotels in this alluring ski village. The temperature outside is hovering around freezing, but that isn't stopping us from blithely dropping the 4 windows of the 2017 Range Rover Evoque convertible and retracting its velour fabric top. The operation, conducted in 21 silent seconds, has been tested at temperatures as low as -40 degrees Fahrenheit, so the present conditions are nothing. We commence our refreshing drive, twisting and turning uphill until the road surpasses 6,500 feet in elevation. It ends at Courchevel Autoport, one of the world's trickiest airstrips, where an Alpine Airlines Vulcan Air P68TC observer has just completed the harrowing, upslope landing. Range Rover, which has taken pains to bill its new creation as the world's first 4-seat, 4-wheel drive, 4-passenger luxury convertible, has set up across the road on a snowmobile course. Instead of being met by a Saint Bernard with a brandy cask, we find driving instructors in a hut with coffee and a crackling fire. Still with the top down, we welcome Courchevel to the shotgun seat for a couple of laps around the circuit. Pick a fresh track, Will says. Carry lots of speed up this hill. With the default electronic settings active, the Evoque convertible's response in the turns is like ordering a popsicle and getting a Slurpee instead. But then we switch off the DSC and drive more by our BVDs. The livelier throttle lets us induce easily controlled oversteer. Tipping the scales at 4,268 pounds, this impure-waisted vehicle moves as deliberately as the Empress Josephine after one of Foreign Minister Talleyrand's feasts. We continue around the course, snow slewing from the 20-inch Pirelli Scorpions, and finally get back to the hut. Well driven, Will says. The previous day we had gone the other direction, down the mountainside. Fluttering before chalets and farmhouses we passed along the way was the flag of Savoie, a white cross extending to the edges of a rectangular red field. This banner, representing the former duchy that has been part of France since 1860, dates to the 14th century. Initially, the 4 red sections cryptically carried the letters Fert, an allusion to the Latin words extolling the Duke of Savoy's defense of the Isle of Rhodes against the Saracens. After we descended the Couloir, no small undertaking, and finally reached the valley of the Lisieux River, the season changed to early spring, and the Evoque convertible relished being in its element. It lolloped along the motorway, affording us natural conversation. Thanks to its excellent aerodynamic design and the wind blocker screen a topperson job to set in place, there was no buffeting, not even when we dared the speed cameras with an extra legal pace. Range Rover says 0 to 60 miles per hour comes in 7.8 seconds. With a top speed of 112 miles per hour, the powertrain consists of a turbocharged 240 horsepower, direct injection 2.0-liter 4-cylinder engine matched to an unobtrusive 9-speed automatic transmission. The powertrain took a facelessly bureaucratic approach to its task of motivating the vehicle. The Evoque convertible made its debut as a concept vehicle not far from here at the 2012 Geneva Motor Show. In the 4 intervening years, the development team figured out how to strengthen the pillars, brace the underbody, and fortify the sills. The result is said to produce comparable stiffness to the hardtop model, although we never did hear exactly how closely they compared. The team also added a pair of rollover protectors, aluminum columns that shoot out from behind the rear seat headrests in the blink of even a jaundiced eye. And they arranged 4 electric motors to operate what's touted as the longest and widest convertible roof ever fitted to a production vehicle. Pulling up the center console switch raises the roof in 18 seconds, even as the vehicle travels as fast as 30 miles per hour. Our tester was painted dark gray, wore a discreet rear spoiler, and belabored an already tedious trend with its black wheels and trim. We weren't aware of people staring at us from their Renault Megans or the faded old Renault 4 that nipped through a roundabout ahead of us. Nevertheless, we felt conspicuous, as though we were tootling along in the bathtub from that shameless commercial. As we proceeded, the steering column occasionally shuddered on rough pavement, otherwise, The Evoque convertible performed with great composure. Before our departure for France, more than one person asked, "Are you going to mention the Nissan Murano Cross Cabriolet?" Mais oui. But when considering the Evoque convertible, the mind most naturally went to another halo vehicle, the 1948 Willys Overland Jeepster. Based on a station wagon's body, the Jeepster, a pokey four-seater, was the first post-war car to answer an unasked question. Yet it hung around in the used car market, was revived for production after a 17-year interval, and even lent its name to a T-Rex song, setting a high bar for would-be successors. Our lunchtime destination of Bordeaux, a village on the western shore of Lake Bourget, lay just beyond Chambéry, the capital of Savoie. We were expected at Restaurant La Martine, which perches with its Michelin star where cavorting sloping sides meet the long and deep body of water. Indeed, Lake Bourget provided inspiration for the Romantic period poet Alphonse de Lamartine, author of The Lake. A passionate meditation on lost love and fleeting time, it retains its music even in English translation. What might be overlooked is that Lamartine was also a statesman who strove for French liberty and egalitarianism before his career faded and he ended up, quelle horror, editing a monthly. Our postprandial activity brought a taste of the Evoque convertible's off-road prowess. By following navigation prompts on the 10.2-inch screen, we arrived at a back at the Lisieux to traversing a slopeside trail with the help of more spotters and coaches. It was an exercise that highlighted our ambivalence about the Evoque convertible. While the all-terrain technology got us down a steep, rocky section, the brake pedal had to be used extensively because the vehicle wouldn't exactly creep. Meantime, we felt a bit conspicuous undertaking this on low-profile tires and dandy rims. It was the type of endeavor that probably wouldn't earn us ridicule in the Hamptons or Malibu, but it sure would from the people of Moab or the Rubicon. Meanwhile, the frameless doors meant that when left up, the front window glass rattled like perturbed squirrels. As the afternoon waned, we left the Isère lowlands, climbing again about 4,500 feet to Courchevel for one more night of winter. And there was time to reflect on the Evoque convertible's merits and demerits. Yes, it's exclusive, attractive, has a well-laid-out and luxurious interior, and delivers a pleasant and refined driving experience. The convertible top comes up and down aces. Just be warned, this expensive compact SUV sacrifices utility in the name of sport. With the top up, entry to the back seat could result in a visit to the orthopedist. And those rear seats need to stay in place to help provide structural rigidity. That leaves just 8.9 cubic feet of cargo capacity. The passenger will accept only one pair of skis, and not a snowboard. What the trunk will unquestionably hold are a couple of beach bags and a picnic hamper. How far from here to Spain and the Costa Brava? 2017 Range Rover Evoque convertible specifications on sale. Summer price, $51,470 base engine. 2.0 liters turbo Dodge 4240 HP at 5,800 revolutions per minute, 250 lb-ft at 1,750 revolutions per minute transmission, 9-speed automatic layout, 2-door, 4-passenger, front engine, AWD convertible EPA mileage, 2,028 miles per gallon city LX WXH. 172.0 by 77.9 by 63.3 in wheelbase, 104.7 in weight, 4,268 pounds 060 miles per hour, 7.8 seconds top speed, 112 miles per hour. Show more.